Hey, if you're tired of chasing one-off customers as a custom furniture maker or a woodworker every single month, you got to find 3 or 4 new clients, 5 new clients, 10 new clients. Well, the alternative to that is if you land just 1 or 2 great interior designer relationships, they can bring you new jobs month over month. The problem is that most custom furniture guys just don't know how to land those relationships. And so in today's video, I want to walk you through how to land those relationships and get an additional 5 to 20 grand a month, every single month in reoccurring revenue. Let's jump in. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach, and I'm so excited that you're hanging out with me. And as always, my job is to help you build a successful company and do it in a way that you love and that you're proud of. And in today's video, I want to walk you through how to land really great relationships with interior designers. And there's some negotiation that's going to be involved. You need to have your ducks in a row before you approach them. And there's some things that you need to make sure that you have sorted so that you improve your odds, improve your chances of landing these relationships, and you take care of them so that they keep coming back to you again and again and again. And so the first thing that I'll say is many of you might be asking, like, why do designers even matter? Why is this something that I should pursue? And the number one reason that you should pursue relationships with interior designers is that they're going to provide reoccurring work over and over and over again if you have a good relationship with them and keep a good relationship with them. And so designers are always dealing with high profile clients that have more disposable income than most. That's why they're working with a designer, and they're looking for handcrafted high quality products. And so they're hard to find. It's hard to find good makers that do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it and provide a great product. And so designers matter because they have bigger budgets. They provide repeat and reoccurring work. They pre-qualify their clients. You're not even dealing directly with the person that's actually buying the stuff from you. You're dealing with the designer, and one good designer can replace 10 or more random customers. That's why this is important. It's why they're valuable. So why do most custom furniture makers or woodworkers fail when it comes to connecting with and maintaining strong relationships with interior designers? Well, here's why. The first reason that they fail is that they walk straight up to them and they say, hey, do you want to get married? So they pitch too early. So the first thing I would say is that you need to have a warmer, softer introduction. Hey, my name is Zach. I own XYZ Custom Furniture here in Longview, Texas. Just wanted to swing by, say hi, introduce myself, and let you know we got a website. This is some of the stuff that we provide, that we offer. Are you ever looking for new vendors for custom furniture or cabinets or custom built-ins or mudrooms or whatever it is that you do? Do you happen to be looking for any new vendors or anything like that? Just wanted to come by, say hi, introduce myself. And this can also be something that you send in a DM on Instagram, something that you leave on their form on their website. You want to have a softer introduction and then follow up after that, okay? So that's first thing. So don't pitch too early. Okay, number 2, second reason why most of us fail, and this is probably the biggest one, is that you just look unprofessional. Designers are working with high-profile professional people all day, every day. If they work with a vendor, they want to experience the same level of professionalism. If you look like you just rolled out of bed and you haven't combed your hair, you haven't taken a shower, you're probably gonna have a tough time working with high-profile designers. You have to become more professional. Your brand has to look professional. Your website has to look professional. You've got to figure out, how can I get on their level of professionalism? So that's the second one. You got to look professional. And the third one here is that you just don't understand designers. And so let me help you understand designers. If maybe you'd say, hey, Zach, I'm in that camp. I don't understand designers and like how this works and what they do. So the way that a designer is often paid is that they have a couple different ways that they generate revenue. So number one is that they collect a fee from the person that they're working for. So let's say Mr. CEO of a Fortune 500 company is building a new home and he hires a designer. Well, she's going to collect some type of fee. Usually it's a percentage base of the build of the entire home, whether it be like 1% or 0.5% or 1.5%, or it might just be a flat fee. The second way that they make money is that they actually mark up the products and services that they provide. So that's important for you to know because that's going to play a factor in how you negotiate and how you deal with interior designers. So you're not selling furniture, you're supporting their vision. That's super important to know. They're trying to provide a package deal service to the end consumer, to the person building the new, $1 million home or whatever that might be. You're there to support their vision, and you're supposed to kind of be anonymous in the background, okay? Hey, I interrupt this video real quick because I got to tell you about our brand new offer. We've been working hard on this for a while, called Custom Furniture Launch. Here's all the details. Most guys who are good at building furniture never actually build a great business. They stay stuck making a few pieces here or there, relying on word of mouth, and wondering why it never turns into consistent income. And it's not because they're not talented, but because no one ever showed them how to consistently get customers. So what actually happens? Well, you spend years getting better at your craft, investing more and more money into tools. You take a lot of pride in your work, but when it comes to consistently getting new leads and new clients, it's like crickets. The problem that you have is that you haven't created a brand and a series of products that really resonates with an audience, and you haven't gotten them out there. There is a lot of money that you're still leaving on that table, my friend. And I'll tell you guys, I've been there. I didn't grow up with connections. I didn't grow up with money, but I figured out how to turn a woodworking business that I started in my garage into a woodworking business that does over $75,000 a month. And what I realized is this: the difference isn't skill, it's having a system that consistently brings in and converts customers. And that is exactly why I created Custom Furniture Launch. This is a 6-month intensive program that takes you from I build custom furniture to I built a business that consistently generates $15,000 to $20,000 per month. So for us, the goal and the roadmap is simple. We're here to help you build a custom furniture business that's going to have the capacity to do between 15 and 20 grand a month within 6 months, with a real proven system behind it, not a bunch of guesswork. So here's how we actually do that. Step 1, we're going to build your product catalog. Most guys can build, but they don't have a sellable catalog. So we help you create high converting product designs, use AI generated visuals so you don't need 20 past or previous builds, and we help you position your pieces to actually attract buyers so you look like a legit business right out of the gate. Side note, you need to be able to actually build furniture. If you can't build anything, this isn't going to be for you. Step 2 is we're going to help you build your brand. One of the biggest challenges that guys just like you face is that you might be great at building furniture, but nobody knows you, likes you, or trusts you yet. So that's where brand plays such an important role. We're going to help you dial in your positioning, set up your online presence, and create a brand that builds trust instantly. Step 3 is that we're going to teach you how to consistently get leads every single day. One thing that I know is that if you don't have any leads, you don't have a business. You have to have leads to convert them to sales, to convert sales to revenue, so that you have an actual business. We're going to show you exactly how to run ads in your local market, what offers actually get attention, and what creatives you need to use to drive real inquiries for your ads. So this completely removes the hope strategy or just relying on word of mouth to get your next order. Step 4 is we're going to teach you how to close more deals. You could have all the leads in the world, but if you don't have sales skills that converts a lead into an actual customer, you're going to struggle. So we're going to walk you through how to handle conversations, how to price confidently, and how to guide people to a decision. So inquiries ultimately turn into real paying customers. And finally, we're going to install our smart selling system. And this is where everything changes, because most people lose deals not from a lack of leads, but from slow responses and poor follow-up with the leads that they have. So we're going to install our system that responds to every lead instantly, follows up automatically across multiple channels, qualifies prospects, and books appointments for you like clockwork, to make sure that no lead that you ever pay for ever slips through the crack ever again. So imagine this. Instead of wondering where your next job is going to come from every day, you have a pipeline full of leads, you have warm leads that you're about to close, and you have a catalog of work sitting there waiting for you to get to it. This is how you build a real sustainable custom furniture business. So who is this for and who is this not for? Well, this is for those of you that already know how to build quality furniture. You're serious about turning it into a business, and you're willing to invest in growth, and you're ready to actually take action. Who this is not for is it's not for people who want a quick win with no effort on their part. It's not for people who don't want to talk to any customers, or people who aren't willing to invest in ads or their business growth. The last thing here is that you don't have to have a huge shop, years of experience, or a massive portfolio. You just need the right system and consistent execution day in and day out. So if you're tired of guessing, tired of inconsistent work, and you're ready to scale into something predictable and consistent within the next 6 months, I want to encourage you to check out Custom Furniture Launch. Just click the button below, and it'll take you to a form that you can fill out and book a call with me, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. Now, back to the video. Here's how you land them. This is the important part of the video. All this is, everything I say is super important. So obviously it's all important. But number 3, how do you land them? How do you actually connect with and establish strong relationships? Well, you need to find them. You got to find local designers. It doesn't do you any good if you live in Texas to find California designers. You need to find your local designers that are within 100, 200 miles of where you're at. And so you can find them on Instagram, talking with builders, home builders. You can find them from referrals. Once you find them, you need to reach out with a soft introduction. So you don't need to pitch real hard right at the beginning, but a soft introduction, and maybe sending like a PDF copy of a catalog, or sending a portfolio of work, or directing them to your website, or whatever that might look like. Reach out with a clean portfolio, specific styles and products, and a short professional message. You don't want to necessarily just like leave it super open-ended and like, hey, just let me know if you need something. You want to say, hey, are you open to maybe having another vendor in your tool bag for custom tables or whatever it is that you do, right? Now, this is where it gets really important, because what a lot of guys do, and I even made this mistake at times, was that I would establish a relationship with an interior designer and I would burn the bridge because I didn't navigate the relationship well. And so I want to walk you through how to negotiate pricing with a designer. This is really important, and how to maintain a healthy relationship with them. Okay, so number 4 is how to price and how to negotiate. So you have 2 different ways that you can approach this with a designer. So number 1 is you can offer them a trade discount or a designer discount. And what a designer discount is usually about a 10 to 20% off discount off of your prices that the general public would get. So if the general public is going to get a table set for $3,000, you would offer that for $2,500 to $2,700 or something like that, to give them room to mark that table set up a few $100, right? So you can offer them a trade discount, or you can just say, hey, keep me anonymous as the vendor, and you just mark this up. I need to make $3,000 on this. You're welcome to mark it up to $3,200 or $3,500 or $4,000, whatever they feel comfortable that they can do. So those are the ways that you can approach the negotiation part of the relationship, okay? The other thing that you need to do is you need to set really clear expectations in terms of the scope of work, because one of the problems that a lot of times that you have with working with an interior designer is you have what's called scope creep. So you'll do a project and you do it exactly as they initially said that they wanted it done, and then they come back and say, oh, well, can you actually do this, and can you actually do that? No, we thought we liked that, but we don't. Can you sand that down and redo that? And yada yada yada. And in this, what ended up being, a $3,000 job that you're going to make pretty good money on now becomes this giant behemoth of a monster that you're just trying to get off your back. And then every time that you say, hey, I can do that, but it's going to cost you more money, then that frustrates their client, frustrates them, and it just doesn't work out. So you need to make sure that you're super clear on the scope of work that you're going to be doing. You need to make sure that you have clear plans for deposits. Are they going to put 50% down up front and 50% upon completion? Are they going to do 25% up front and then 25% again when you start the order and then 50% upon completion? You want to make sure that you have that lined out and clear in terms of deposits. And then the other one is boundaries. You want to make sure that you set clear boundaries. If you don't want the customers showing up at your shop looking at stuff, if that's a thing that you don't want, say, hey, we don't allow any customers in our shop, but we'll send photos or we'll send videos at this point or at this point. But you just need to make sure that y'all have a clear plan in terms of how you're going to communicate, when you're going to communicate. Are you going to send photos, send videos? Are you going to let them come to the shop? Are you going to show up at the house? Like, what is that going to look like, right? And so when it comes to building a long-term relationship with an interior designer, is that you don't win by being the cheapest. You win by being the most reliable and most consistent. Guys, when you get into the blue-collar trades and you're working with vendors and you're working with contractors, everybody's flaky. Like, almost literally everybody is flaky. Like, doesn't do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. Like, doesn't show up, doesn't answer their phone, doesn't return calls. If you can just be consistent and reliable, you're going to crush the competition, okay? This is how you turn one job into repeat work in many jobs. Number 1 is you hit your deadlines. Number 2 is you communicate really, really well and really proactively with your interior designer. Number 3 is you follow up after the fact. Hey, how did that client like that table? Or you send your interior designer a thank you card and some flowers. It's these little touches along the way that make a big difference. And this is where, by the way, the real money lies. And so I want to paint a couple pictures for you. So I scaled my business. Probably 95% of my business was with ads, and probably 5% was with interior designers. If I had been in the heart of like DFW, which I'm about 2.5 hours from DFW, but if I'd been in the heart of DFW, I could have really scaled with interior designers. But I'm in Longview. There's like 2 or 3 interior designers in the whole city. But here's 2 different scenarios for you. So number 1 is that you just commit to running ads for eternity. Okay, which will work, and you can scale your business that way. It's how I scaled mine. It's primarily how we're scaling all of our clients inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. Okay, it does work. I stand behind it. I love it. But you're allocating 8 to 12% of your monthly income back into ads every single month to generate new business. If you landed relationships with, say, 5 to 10 great interior designers, you might have to invest more money and more time and more energy to really becoming professional, really getting your ducks in a row, establishing these relationships. But let's say that you have each relationship for the next 3 to 5 years. Well, if you have 10 interior designers bringing you work on a consistent basis, let's say every other month, they're bringing you a new job. You're going to have 5 new jobs a month. If you had 10 interior designers, you're going to have 5 new jobs a month without spending any more money on ads. And so it creates more profitability. It simplifies your business. The only hesitancy that I would give you about this is that it can lull you to sleep, to where you're not being proactive getting other leads or other clients. And I see this a lot with like cabinetry businesses, especially as they get like a big relationship with a big busy contractor or GC that's building homes, and that's just feeding them jobs over and over and over and over, and then that dude goes out of business and they have not been proactive to find other work anywhere else. What are they going to do? Right? So this is the only concern that I have about only leaning on interior designers. You should have a mixed approach, but you can save a lot of money in marketing expenses if you can establish really great, healthy relationships with them. And so with that, hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to comment, say, Zach, you're the most handsome, most charming, most helpful individual I've ever found on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm just kidding, you don't have to say that. But I would love some positive affirmation if it was helpful. I need encouragement just like you do, bro. Hook me up. So with that, a couple things I'll leave you with. The Handmade Business Secrets ebook, totally free book, outlines my business journey and how you can implement it inside of your business as well. Completely free. First link in the description below. Enter your name and email. We'll send that to you. Number 2 is the Handmade Hero Academy program. That is for like total beginners that are trying to wrap their mind around how to like start or launch a custom furniture business. Be sure to check that out. Number 3 is the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. This is for those of you that are really ready to scale, trying to get to $20, $30, $50, $100,000 a month. This is how we actually build a system that's going to allow you to do that. Everything that I did in my business, we're going to install into your business and allow you to scale. And then the last one here, which is a brand new offer that we just started, is Custom Furniture Launch. If you are a custom furniture maker that has always just kind of been tinkering, playing around, and you're ready to launch, like you need to launch a business, you need to launch a Facebook page, you need to launch a catalog, you need to launch ads, you need to launch a strong follow-up sequence and instantly responding to your leads and closing deals, and you're trying to do all that, Custom Furniture Launch is going to be for you. And so it's going to be a 6-month intensive program where we take you from idea to a $20,000 a month business. I'm super excited about it. We have tons of new resources that we've been working on to put this together that's going to be a game changer for you. So we got the link to that as well. If you are trying to launch, ready to launch, Custom Furniture Launch may be for you. Love and appreciate all of you guys so much. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for supporting this channel. And hopefully you're better as a result of me sitting in front of this camera and talking all the time. So with that, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.